Okay, so what's going on? I'm back with Virgo Midheaven, and the interesting thing that um I notice about Virgo Midheaven that sticks out to me. It's in a way, it will put you in the mind of a Cancer Midheaven as far as um the amount of supporting others, being supported that comes along with it, except for it's definitely not an emotional thing. I mean, it can get kind of emotional anytime, guys. Whether you're an emotional person or not, a sensitive person or not. Anytime you have situations to where it just seems like there's things that's working against you when you're trying your hardest, it seems like it's the work is never enough. It's like, okay, well, I put in this amount of work. Oh my gosh, now I have to keep going. You mean to tell me it's still more work to do? You mean to tell me like it's never ending? You mean to tell me that I'm not really getting the recognition that I feel like I need? Like, people just expect me to do this. People just expect me to be here. People just expect. And, well, I need to get paid. I need the money. I'm trying to work on what it is that I'm building. I need to build for the future. This is what I want to do. Whatever the reason. So I'm here. This is what I gotta do. Virgo Midheaven has that type of energy. Virgo Midheaven can definitely be some, very hard workers, because that Virgo energy makes them work. The good thing about it is they could like to work, because it just depends on what is the job, like what is the type of work that you're doing, how are you doing it, like what type of plan that's in place. I feel like Virgo Midheaven will benefit of having some sort of plan in place. These people handle responsibilities. They may even be sought after to find or locate problems in the system, problems in the way that things are running. Like, what is it that what's not working, what can be done better. And interesting enough, Scorpio Midheaven has that same vibe, but it's a different type. You see what I mean? It's a different type. Scorpio Midheaven looks and points out things sometimes within the system, within the workplace, that other people don't necessarily want pointed out. Okay, other people don't necessarily want pointed out, or if they do, it's bringing on rapid change. It's like, it's more about, okay, well, hey, Scorpio Midheaven goes in and is like, okay, yeah, you know what? I'm looking around and this is a problem. This thing over here, the way that things are operating over there, that's where the problem is. And this needs to be fixed, or, it's going to bring us down, or you're going to close down, that type of thing. Virgo Midheaven is different, because Virgo Midheaven is people can seek you out. It could be your job. Or even if you weren't hired to do this job, some kind of way you fit in this position. Like, you end up in the position to where you find yourself, people coming to you is like, okay, well, what it like this this paperwork needs to be fixed, or can you revise this plan, or can you work overtime, or can you be the person to train Charlie? Can you help me bring the supplies up? That type of stuff. So people, it's not like it's you're taking it upon yourself every single time. Like, I'm not saying that there's not those times where Virgo Midheaven is not like, oh, let me go and let me help my coworkers, or let me help with this or that, and offer it, because there's a level to this that you do like helping, and you do like assisting, and you do like a supporting. But at the same time, it can get to the point to where you feel like you're doing a lot of this. You're being asked to do a lot of this work in these details, like in filling in things that you're not getting compensated for, or you feel like you're getting overlooked. See, and it's Scorpio in midheaven is more like, okay, well, this person gets this power that, and people are kind of fearing it, and they're like, oh, we better get in line, we better make these changes. Virgo midheaven seems overlooked with the amount of work that they put in, and the amount of time and the amount of support and what people are looking for them for, because sometimes you guys can, or sorry, sometimes Virgo midheaven can feel like the job or the company is using them. They're being used because they could be used to train other people. They could be used to do work that, maybe the company's trying to save on money. So they're like, okay, well, we get Virgo midheaven to do this work, and just say, hey, this goes along with your job description. So right along with everything else that you do so that we can save money. Okay. And not have to hire somebody else. But the thing about it is, you got the skill set. Like, sometimes what y'all have to understand that there is literally nobody else, even if they try to train 100 people, that is going to be able or capable of coming in and do what you do. You see what I'm saying? Because you have a certain skill set. Virgo midheaven has a certain skill set that others are not able to just come in and emulate. And it's because you have the ability to catch something. Like, you look at something, you watch it behave, you watch it move, you might watch it operate. And then you're able to say, okay, well, I see what's missing. I see what needs to change. I see, like, some of you guys that do really good working in areas of like behavior and stuff like that. Like behavior analysts and things of that nature. You really would, because you have the ability to come in and be like, oh, okay, yeah, I see that this child is having this particular reaction or this particular behavior because of this reaction. Like, it's almost very systematic, the way that you can operate, the way that you can move, the way that you can notice things. So, and it's your skill set. You could be naturally skilled at something. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you were never trained. This is because some sort of way over time you have acquired the skill set. But there is a such thing as a natural skill set too. Like, you could just be naturally gifted in something in an area. I'm that type of person that believes that. But I feel like where people don't understand you, or where they come off at you wrong, they sum you up wrong, they don't understand that you have done certain type of work. You have worked in a place, and you don't even have to. You can do work, like, you could be in one department or you could be in one area of expertise, but you can have you can be able to run or do or operate a whole other area that's outside of the one that you're working in. And people don't understand why, because they're like, well, how do you know? Especially if you don't have some sort of certificate or degree or something like that to so-called verify that. People could be like, well, how do you feel like you can do that? Or how do you feel like you know anything about this? Or you never graduated and got a degree in this area. Well, yeah, you didn't, but that's just Virgo midheaven has the ability to do this. Like, come on, very analytical, and you notice details. That's really what it's about. And you're intellectual. So you're smart as crap. So you could literally have worked in one area and then had to fill in for somebody. Remember, I told you that job that you need to be adding your resume that you did, they put under you, they made you do, but you wasn't even supposed to be there doing that. That is what I'm talking about. I feel like, and another thing, I feel like Virgo midheaven can get in their own way. And they find themselves repeating things, staying at the same level until you understand that you can claim. Like, you have to have confidence in your skill set. And you have, like I said, you need to do things to where you be like, you fill out your resume and you're selling yourself for a higher position, even if you have to leave the company that you're at to go to another job, whatever, I'm saying, you do your resume and you're like, yeah, this is list every job you did and your skill set and your level of expertise on there, on your resume, because it counts. You hear me? And I feel like Virgo Midheaven sometimes sell themselves short, like they can stay stagnant for a long time or for a while before they go to the next level. Now, part of that is just because that is just the energy is doing that to you guys. The energy is, but I'm telling you, it's very hard. Like Virgo Midheaven could possibly be a vital part of any job, any organization, whatever you're working towards. You could be vicious. Like it could be based off of your knowledge, insight, and skill set alone. It's very hard to replace you. And you really could build your own company if you wanted to. And you really could go to the next level especially when it's time, when you guys build so much and you gain so much freaking experience. When you do go to that next level, when you do get past that Saturn energy of the 10th house and you excel and you are developing yourself and you're just like, okay, I need a higher paying position. It's like you've earned where it is that you landed at. You've earned your position and it's hard to take you down from there. Do you understand what I'm saying? But you're like the support system, like people can come to you and you be helping other people and like you be helping, and it's like it's never enough because you're like you're darned if you do, you're darned if you don't, because people can misunderstand you. They could feel like you're not really, even though your work speaks for itself. You guys know how people are in these jobs, in these corporations, in the organizations and stuff like that. You're working with individual people and you're working with people. They're bringing their emotions. They're bringing their feelings. They're bringing everything to the job. They're bringing everything to the workplace, but okay, they job but work. And you're like, I'm not like, you got me over here. You talking to me about your personal business. You're crying every day. You got drama. Dude, what else do you want from me? I gotta manage all this. But like I said, it's not for nothing. Don't take for granted your younger days. Don't take for granted all the work that you find yourself doing, the little jobs here and there. It's building up to something bigger. And when you do realize, like, dang, I could take all my knowledge that I got, I could really run a whole entire business. Like you're one of those people to where you can save money. If you ran your own business or your own company or something like that, or you had something that you're working towards, some sort of goal or something like that, you would be one of those individuals that would be like, okay, well, shoot, I could save money and I could do this job myself. I could do the editing myself. You guys can also be some sort of like, news, like you communicate news or what's happening out to the public. Okay, you give advice. People look at you for your like your analytical components, your behavioral approach, you can be very self-controlled. You can be but you're not inflexible, if I'm saying it wrong. It's not that you don't move, it's not that you're completely fixated on the way something has to go. Like you're able to move, bend, update yourself, all of these things, and you are like the mastermind behind the workplace, in the job itself, and whatever you're working on. Okay, you are. Period. There could be Virgo Midheavens that's doctors, anything, counselors, therapists, telecommunicators, like people that communicate stuff, people that work on stuff, writers, analysts. Like, listen, you're not just one thing. So heck, be what you want. What I'm gonna tell you. All right. Okay. So this has been Virgo Midheaven. I'm butterfly to the light. and I will be back.